Hi, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Sam.
Our first question is about the New York video. And question is, what detail shows us why a person is more disabled in New York than Boston? Well, in New York, they have over 500 stations, but only 1/5 of the stations are wheelchair accessible, having ramps and elevators. And the man in the video, he was talking about how it limited him to travel to certain areas, and it was inconvenient because then he'd have to take either longer detour or he'd be deserted at a station.
And then the second part of the question was, how did Boston become less disabling? So there was a lawsuit that went, and they like changed all their stations. So now there's like 53 stations in Boston, and 90% of them are handicap accessible, which means like working elevators and like yeah.
And then in our second question, it's about the Judith video. Question is, what details in their stories tell us what the presenters mean about disabling society? So Judith Butler, she was talking about how we live in a disabled society in which we're socially isolated, and there's this cultural aversion to disabled people. We kind of fear about um, asking them for help because there's just pity making them uncomfortable.
Yeah. And then the second part is, what was this example meant to teach the viewers? So what it taught me was like, if you see someone who is like has a disability, then maybe you should just go up to them and be like, hey, would you need any help with anything? Or like just be kind, because even though they like wouldn't need help, they like feel bad for asking.
Mm-hmm. And in our third video, it's the David Kish video. And first question is, why is what David calls the blinds profession opposed to what David does? So the National Federation for Blind People, they oppose David's discovery of echolocation using clicking noises to kind of like go around his surroundings. They say it's too complicated for blind people to grasp, and the only reason why they didn't approve on that or having to test that is because it's complex, and you're kind of looking at people that can see versus people without sight.
Yeah. And then the second question was, does the blinds profession represent enabling or disabling segment of society? Why or why not? We both said that it's an billing. Enabling. Because um why am I so dumb? Oh god.
Oh boy.
Um because like even though he is blind, he's still like using his other senses to like be as normal as possible. And I mean, a lot of people can't really do what he does, so I don't see it as a disabling segment. Okay, that was